morning and welcome to Zen Fits. Here in Blackstone, the center of the world, but then you too are the center of the world. So, I woke up this morning, I get up in the morning, I meditate early, and have a little, I light a candle and burn some incense, and I wave the candle in front of my gurus and teachers, and even I got a little thing of my mother's ashes there. Touch that too, let her sit in. So I blew out the candle this morning. I just knew something was different. I was going to do something different this morning. The whole thing, Nirvana in Buddhism, the third, there's Four Noble Truths. This is the core teaching or formula of the Buddha's Dharma or teaching. It's all reduced to that. He taught for 45 years and it was all the same thing. Now the first one is there is suffering. Now what is suffering? Well, we think, oh, there's suffering out there. No, this is subjective. This means, are you anxious? Are you confused? Do you have doubt? Are you in a quandary, a dilemma? Feel like your life is not going anywhere? You're stuck. You're Groundhog Day. You got a problem. You got some knot, a Gordian knot you're trying to cut. Your whole life is like that. It's trying to release this tension. What is this tension? And the modern world is full of it. The age of anxiety, the age of tension, stress. And we release it by addictions and anger. Anger releases tension. When you're angry, you're not divided. You're not conflicted. When you're angry, you're speaking with one angry voice, But then afterwards there's guilt. And you're back in the tension again, you see. So what is this, you see? So this morning, I blew out the candle and I just knew. What is the tension in my life? Well, the tension is between my personality, my historical person. Thanksgiving brings this out. When Thanksgiving happens, everybody comes home, or you go to someone else, and everybody knows you as your place in the family table. Oh, that's Ed, that's Aunt so-and-so, that's Uncle. Everybody knows who everybody is. We all come to the table, and our place is there, our placemat. Got our name on it, got our history on it. Everybody remembers all the shit you did, all the pain, all the stuff. You remember theirs. Got little regrets and grievances. It's all there. It usually comes up on a head, or it gets forgiven. And you kind of like clean the plate. You eat everything on the plate and you feel good, but then it fills up again. And you're talking about what they did and why they didn't do that and all their problems, and you get the leftover turkey is when you go home and you talk about the relatives and all their problems and they're really, or good or bad, whatever. You're chewing over all their history, you see. So we're all got this placemat. Who is that? Well, that's our name and form. That's our personality. You might call it our persona, the image that we want to project, the image that I want them to like me. And so we come home and we act, we do our persona, we want to be liked, all of that stuff, all of that. But that's a tension between that person, the name and the historical person of the world, which is right now, you see, and your heart, your knower, that knows you're not that knows you're not that image, that name and form, that personality that everyone else sees. And so there's always this, they don't know who I am. Or, I wish I could be who I am in this crowd. I wish I could say what I want. I wish I could be who I am. I wish they could know me. I wish they could know me. But all we know is the image of the other person, because we're in that image, you see. So I blew out the candle this morning. Getting back to the Four Noble Truths, I'm trying to stay on track here. The first one is recognizing that. Second one is the cause. What's the cause then? Once you recognize that there's suffering and I can't blame anyone else for it, it's mine, what's the cause of it? Well, the cause is the tension between your heart, your knower, the I, and the it, the image, the it me. Everybody knows me as it. I know them as it. We're a bunch of its talking to each other. You see, things, names, forms, its. Who is the I? Who is, I know the it is, you're an it, you're an it, you're an it, you're an it, I'm an it, everybody's an it. Who's the I? There's only one I. There are many its, but who's the I? Don't know who the I is. You see? So the third noble truth is seeing that the suffering I recognize in the first noble truth is caused by my lost I. I have lost my I, my center, my heart. I have lost the true me. I have lost the I before the it was born. I've lost the I before the image was created. I've lost the I, and in Zen it's called what is your face before your parents were born. Well, that face is your heart, is your I before your it is born, before your history is born, before your name and form is, before your personality. So I was thinking, well, what am I going to do about this? Well, and then I remember, when I got into yoga under Swami Muktananda in the late 70s, went to his ashram in Fallsburg. There he is, see him up there? You see his picture up there. And, oh, by the way, this is my website, To Kill a Minotaur. So if you want to get my talks and the writing that goes with them, you go to my blog, To Kill a Minotaur, and I post them. It's on YouTube, my talks are on YouTube, and on my blog, which includes the writing that I do on Facebook to fill in about the talk. But anyway. So, when I went to Siddha Yoga, became a follower of Muktananda, like you may follow me on here, you know. You can follow somebody on Facebook. Well, I followed Muktananda, you see, because he gave me a relationship to the I. Muktananda was speaking from his I, and so I discovered my I, my center, you see. And I got a name. And the first one, looking at these, I have two identity cards here. Now this is backwards, but it means Prabhakar. My name was Prabhakar. I got a name. My guru named me, Prabhakar. This was a picture of me when I first went to the ashram. And then I went in 1979, or 78, 79, I forget, 79, I went to the, Muktananda had opened up an ashram in Miami, South Beach, and I went down there. And that was the picture of me when I went to Miami. So here are the two. So this was me in the late 70s. And so today, by the way, I'm going to get a new driver's license today with a new picture on it, you see. But anyway, these are so Prabhakar. I looked it up. Prabhakar in Sanskrit means giver of light. Giver of light. I mean, that's a nice name. So I'm trying to solve the dilemma, and we all have this dilemma. Who is the I, the knower that speaks within you, speaks your word, but it can't come out through your personality because people think, well, who do you think you are, Jesus Christ? People want you to fit their expectations and their historical memory of you. But we're always in conflict with that because the I, your heart, is not conditioned, is not defined, is not restricted, confined, constrained. It's not even known. It's not an it. It's before you become an it, before you think about who you are. It's who knows you. So when you look in the mirror and you look at your past images, are you that image? You say, oh, I'm old now. Oh, I'm getting gray. I'm getting old. Well, the body is, the image is, the form is, but you are not, you see. So the third truth, get my fingers right here, suffering, the cause of suffering, and the third one is the cessation of suffering. Now the cessation of suffering, and in the Buddha Sutras it talks about nirvana. Now nirvana means blow out the candle. The candle is blown out. We do that on birthdays. We blow out the candles. What are we blowing out? We're blowing out time. Blowing out the old me. We're blowing out the historical me, the it me. We're blowing out the names of me, my images, my history, my album, the whole thing. You're born again on your birthday. Blow it out, you see. But then at the same time, we still have to live in the world. We still have to sit at the table where everybody knows your place. The father, the mother, the child, the student, the employee, the boss, I don't know, the plumber, everything. The idiot, the disgraced one, the black sheep, all these names you see. That's our table. The label is on there. And we got an ID for that one, you know. Be our driver's license. Driver's license is the ID of your it world. People know you, got your name, birthday, all of that you see. But your I world, your home, your where you really live, your knower, where I live, where you live, the knower has no ID, has no image, has no face. But it always knows, yet it has no time. So I'm naming that Prabhakar. That's Prabhakar, the knower. So when I write and when I give my talks, it's Prabhakar. So it's the metaphor, the analogy is the ventriloquist dummy. The ventriloquist puts a dummy on his lap, and the dummy talks and says things that the ventriloquist can't say. He can make jokes, he can tell the truth. He can insult people, make people laugh. The ventriloquist can't do it. He's got a name, he's got a history, he goes home to have dinner with his family. They don't talk to the dummy. But when he wants to speak from his knower, when he wants to speak from his heart, it speaks through the dummy. Well, you see. So anyway, it's kind of like that. So if you don't like what I'm saying, it's the dummy. It's Prabhakar, okay? So I'm just going to play with this and see what happens because it feels good. And I've got an ID. It's on my Facebook. I put my current picture here, so you could recognize me. I want to be up to date. Thanks for dropping into this Zen Fit, and I'll see you in the morning. They seem to be flowing pretty good now. I have confidence that Prabhakar is here to stay, and he's got a lot to say. I'm always amused by him. I'm always informed by what he says. And if you don't like it, blame him. I got nothing to do with it. Thanks for dropping in.